is changing the higher education landscape, challenge instructions, key European regulators and framework affecting AI use in universities, risk and ethical dilemmas in the teaching practice with reference to regulatory requirements, practical steps for instructors, course adaptation, and regulatory compliance. And please, let's come back to our topic, AI in higher education. What is this for you, AI in higher education? Dear colleagues, let's discuss about this. Dear colleagues, what ideas do you have? Okay, and this slide about the AI talking and capabilities. In the integrity about this AI, that the first AI, the amazing opportunities, the good stuff AI can give each student a personalized learning path. It can help with automatic grading, scheduling, and answering routine questions that saves teachers time. But this is pearl danger. The European Union AI Act, a law from the European Union, says that AI used in education in high risk. And why? Because AI can make the decisions that change a student's life, like failing an exam, blocking access to a course, or even expelling someone. That's serious. Governance means having rules to control AI, and you must follow GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, and strong European privacy law, and the AI Act. This is the only way to get fair results for all students. Like example, an AI system recommends that a student should be put into a lower level math class if that decision is wrong, the student loses a whole year. That's why it's high risk. And with great power comes great responsibility. And AI to students, I predict you will fail, students, that my teacher's job to say. And this is AI very big surprise, like for the teachers, like for the students. The next about about the integrity of AI in our system. The integrity means honestly making sure students don't cheat with. AI non-discrimination means treating all students fairly, no matter their background, accent, or writing style. But here is the conflict. AI detectors, tools that try to guess if AI wrote a text, often make mistakes. They may flag a student's own format academic writing as AI generated that a false positive. This is unfair, especially for students who speak English as a second language or write on a very correct style. Also, many AI detectors are black box systems. You cannot see inside, you don't know why they made decisions, and the law, then I told GDPR requires explainability. The AI must be able to explain itself, and black box systems cannot do that. So using them alone may break the law. A student writes, like example, the student writes a perfect essay with good grammar. In AI detector says 100% AI generated, but the students wrote it herself. She is punished unfairly. That is discrimination. And about the anatomy, this about, and also about the algorithmic of the AI. The algorithmic bias means the AI is unfair to certain groups of people. For example, an AI trained mostly on native English speakers might mark non-native English as wrong, or AI generated, that is bias. And Article 10 of the European Union AI Act says, AI system must the high quality representative database. Representative means that data includes many different people, different languages, cultures, genders, and abilities. Fairness is not a one-time thing. You must continuously monitor the AI, check again and again to find and reduce bias throughout the AI's whole life. And compliance means following the rules. For highly risky education AI, you must do rigorous risk assessments, careful testing of possible harms, and keep detailed documentation. Write down everything you did. And like example, university users AI to recommend courses. The AI never recommends advanced science to girls because its training data had mostly boys in science. That is bias, and the university must detect this and fix it. And the next, confidentiality means for the AI keeps secret students' names, grades, essay, and personal information must stay private. Data security means protecting the information from hackers or mistakes. Here is a scary fact. Many free AI tools like public ChatGPT, you know about this, are not safe. If you upload students' work to them, that work becomes public or it's used to train the AI. That is violation of GDPR, specifically the principles of data minimization. Only collect that you need. In purpose limitation, use data only for the reason you collected it. And look in this simple comparison. Public upload allowed. Many free AI services say yes, but that's dangerous. And this low GDPR strict compliance required, you must say no to usable upload. And the example, a teacher uploads for 100 student essay to a free AI summarizer. Later, those essays appear to the AI's public training data. Now anyone can see them. That is a serious data breach. And about security of AI, follow these 4 steps to keep students' data safe and follow the law. And this is UA resistancy. Choose AI tools that host their service inside the European Union. UA data protection laws that are strong, service outside, and UA may have weaker rules. Legal safeguards, sign standard contractual. These are legal templates approved by the UA that protect data when it is sent to another country. Also sign data processing agreement, a contract that say the AI company will follow our privacy rules. Encryption, scramble the data so that only authorized people can read it, and you need encryption and rest when data is stored, and encryption in transit when data is moving over the internet. And manual verification, even with all these steps, always double check that AI didn't trust in blindly. And like example, your university buys a license for security AI tool hosted in Germany. You sign a DPA. The tool encrypts all students' essays. Only you and the students can read them, and that is safe. And also, we have talked about risks via false acquisition, data leaks, and high risk status, but the goal is not to ban AI. The goal is trustworthy AI that is fire safe and transparent. You can see how it works. We must balance innovation, new existing tools with accountability, taking responsibility with things do wrong. When we do that, we can empower every student and give them the power to learn better without fear or being unfairly judged. You as a teacher are the most important part of this balance. AI is a tool. You are the human who decides when to use it, when to question it, and when to turn it off. And example, school uses an AI tutor that adapts to each student's level. The school also has a human teacher checking every week for bias or errors. Students learn faster and feel safe. That is trust for AI. And trust but verify. And example, practical steps for instruction for the course adaptation and regulatory compliance. And this is about, one moment. This is about the sample syllabus statement and balance AI usage policy. And here is a short, a clear policy you can put in your syllabus. It also two columns, permitted and prohibited. Permitted, brainstorming the ideas with AI, checking grammar and spelling, asking AI to explain a difficult concept, using AI to summarize a long article, but you must read the original too. For prohibited, generating fully essay or paragraphs on copying them directly, input student data, names, grades, ID numbers into public AI tools. Asking AI to write code or solve math problem without understanding the solution. Using AI to translate an entire paper from another language without adding your own work. And about lawful AI use for grading and feedback. You might want AI to help you grade faster, that is fine, but you must follow 3 grade rules. To stay legal under GDPR. The first, local model, use AI tools that run in your university's own computers, local hosting, or on security service inside the UA. Don't use public AI like free ChatGPT for grading. Your students' work will become public. Anonymous, remove all personally identifiable information from student work before giving it to AI. PIL means name, students, ID, email address, even handwriting style. Replace Maria Garcia with students A. And information consent, tell your students clearly, I will use AI to help me give feedback in your essay. Your data will be anonymized. Do you agree? If a student says no, you must grade manually. That is their right. And like example, you have 50 essay, you remove all names, replace them with numbers, then upload the text to a secure European Union hosted AI that gives grammar suggestions. You then review each suggestions yourselves. That is lawful. But about follow and there are 4 steps every time you use AI to help with grading or feedback. The first is step first, infrastructure. Check where the AI tool lives and it hosted on your university own server or by a company that thinks GDPR compliant contracts. If not, don't use it. Data scrubbing. Scrubbing means cleaning. Remove all students' names, IDs, and any other personal information from the submissions. Replace with codes like I said, 23. Consent before the semester starts, give students a form, explain exactly that AI will do and what data will be used. Get their written agreement, keep those forms safe. Human review. After AI gives you suggestions, you must check everything. Never let AI make a final grade alone. You are responsible, not the machine. An example, you use a secure AI to check grammar. The AI says students 23 use passive voice too often. You read the essay and decide, yes, but that's fine for this assignment. You change the feedback. That is a human oversight. And you can see the great great laws and the AI tools change fast. You need to check official sources regularly and bookmark these 4. The first, CNIL, French Data Protection Authority, they give practical advice in AI and student privacy. EDPB, European Data Protection Board, they make rules that all European Union countries follow. European Commission, the US central government, they update the AI Act and publish guidelines. Your university legal service, your own school's lawyers, they know local rules and can help you stay safe. You don't need to read everything. You just sign up for their newsletters or follow them on social media. 10 minutes a month is enough. And examples, for example, CNIL releases a new guide or proctoring. You read the summary, learn that AI tracking is banned, and remove that feature from your online from exam tool. You avoid a big fine. Here is a practical compliance roadmap, and also there is about also there is a to-do list for with time frames. The first, the immediate this week, update your syllabus and add a clear policy. Use the sample that slide, the slide sent to your department head for review. Short-term redesign at least one major assignment, add a process component, drafts, reflection, or an oral defense test with a small group. Enjoying review new AI tools and legal updates. Talk to your university legal service, adjust your course or you as need. And continuous keep talking to your students. Ask them how they use AI, explain why honestly matters, build a culture, trust, not fear. An example this week, you add 2 sentences to your syllabus. AI for grammar is allowed. AI for writing full paragraphs is not. Next month, you change your final essay to have 10 minutes oral presentation plus 1 page reflection, and done. And about also Um, uh, uh, Also, you can see ethical AI guidelines, and this is the European Commission provides resources for trustworthy AI in education, and key focus areas include educator digital competencies, bias mitigation in grading AI, student well-being and agency, and also building trust through ethical design. And the great goals is not just compliance, but fostering a culture of responsibility innovation that upholds academic values. And we understand now that university must audit existing tools, train staff on AI ethics, and establish clear governance framework immediately. And about ethics, why this important for the today's for the modern time? Because personalized learning and automated administration and higher status, European Union AI Act classified educational AI is high risk due to life alternate impact. And for the governance, mandatory compliance with GDPR and UA AI Act for equitable outcomes. And today we talk about AI and about these computers that can think, write, and learn. AI is entering our classroom fast. It brings big opportunities, but also real dangers. We will look at risk, ethics, and rules by the end. You will know how to use AI safety and fairly. And we will have some clouds because serious topics needs a little lightness. And also, you can see about disadvantage and advantage for the using of this for the AI. That every time I told about GDPR, this is General Data Protection Regulation. This is AI detectors may violate data protection and non-discrimination principle. False positive, high risk of misidentifying formal academic rights AI generated, and transparency gap, black box systems lack the explainability required by law. That is, but is the UAEI Act and a law from the European Union says that AI used in education, this is really real high risk, because AI can make decisions that change and not only students' life but also life of each person, like administrative, like teachers, like failing an exam, blocking access to a course, or even expelling someone. That's really serious. And also about governments, and this means having rules to control. We should every time think about this is GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. This is rule protects students from solely automated decisions with significant legal or academic effect, and also human oversight. Educators must validate AI findings manually before applying any academic sanction. And also about algorithms. This using of this law, this mandates high quality representative data in minimize discriminatory outcomes in AI system. Continuous monitoring is required to detect it and mitigate based through the AI lifecycle, and also rigorous risk assessment and detailed documentation are mandatory for the high-risk education AI. And for the strategy for the using of the AI, it should includes data audits, diverse data sets, fairness metrics, and it can be implementation through review historical grading records, include multilingual content, compare accuracy across groups. And also, we should uploading student work to public AI service wallets, data minimization, and purpose limitation list. And AI, this about the adoption, and we should know the core principles or for the using AI in education. Regulation ensure ethical, safe, and transparent AI usage in academic setting. That I told about the classifies education as high risk, requiring strict oversight. And the GDPR compliance protects data privacy and manages lawful processing. And but here is the conflict. AI detectors, tools that try to guess if AI wrote a text, often make mistakes. They may flag a student's own format, academic writing. Also, many AI detectors are black box. I told you cannot see inside. You don't know why they made the decisions. A law, GDPR requires explainability. The AI must be able to explain itself. Black box system cannot do that. And also about GDPR standards for general data protection regulation, European law that protect people's personal data and their rights. Article 22 or GDPR is very important for the education. It says individuals have the right not to be subject to a decision based solely and automated processing. In simple English, you can't let a computer make a big decision about a student alone. A human must be involved. That means if an AI detector says this student cheated, you cannot automatically fail the students. Your teacher must check the AI finding manually with your own eyes and brain. Only then can you apply a punishment. And this protects students from wrong accusation. It also protects you from lawsuits. And like for the final conclusion, I want to give examples. An AI detector says 90% change of AI cheating. You call the students for a short oral interview. The student explains every sentence. You see it was a false alarm. You save the students' future. Thank you so much for your attention, my dear colleagues. That is all. Do you have any questions to me? Okay, thank you so much for your attention. When you have any question to me, I can write my email in this chat, and you can send me any question. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.